In this video, we'll be working with formulas and using these formulas to compute different values. In particular, let C represent the temperature in degrees Celsius, and let F represent the temperature in degrees Fahrenheit. Then the relationship between these two measurements, temperatures in degrees Celsius and temperatures in degrees Fahrenheit, can be modeled by the following formulas. The first formula, C equals 5/9 times the quantity F minus 32, will take a temperature in degrees Fahrenheit and convert it to degrees Celsius. And the formula F equals 9/5 C plus 32 will take a temperature in degrees Celsius and convert it to degrees Fahrenheit. In part A, we're supposed to use the first equation to convert 32 degrees Fahrenheit to its equivalent in Celsius. To do this, we're going to need to substitute the 32 degrees Fahrenheit in for the F in the formula. To complete this work by hand, we'll write out the equation. C equals 5/9 in parentheses 32 minus 32, keeping in mind that we have just replaced the F from the formula with the temperature that we were given in Fahrenheit. To finish this calculation, we need to follow order of operations on the right hand of the equation. When given the expression 5/9 times the quantity 32 minus 32, we need to perform what is in the parentheses first. So we'll first calculate 32 minus 32, which is 0. And this gives us the equation C equals 5/9 times 0. Hopefully we remember the zero product rule, meaning anything multiplied by 0 will equal 0. So 5/9 times 0 equals 0, and this gives us C equals 0. So what this is telling us is that a temperature of 32 degrees Fahrenheit is equivalent to a temperature of 0 degrees Celsius. In part B of this example, we are supposed to use the second equation to convert 100 degrees Celsius to a temperature in degrees Fahrenheit. Again, we're going to be substituting that 100 in for the C in the formula. When we write this out by hand, we'll have the equation F equals 9/5 times 100 plus 32. It is important to remember when we substitute the 100 for the C that 9/5 C means 9/5 times 100. And to now perform this calculation, we're going to need to think about our fraction arithmetic. When we have 9/5 times 100, which is the first calculation that we need to do because we have to take multiplication before addition, we need to remember that 100 means 100 over 1. To multiply the 9/5 times 100 over 1, we need to remember that when multiplying fractions, you multiply straight across the numerator and straight across the denominators. And this will give us a new statement that F equals 900 over 5 plus 32. At this point, there would be two options. One, we could try to convert 32 into a fraction over 5, so we'd have a common denominator. Or we could take the fact that 5 divides into 900 evenly. And so F equal to 900 over 5 plus 32 is equivalent, or the same thing as, F equals 180 plus 32. And as a final step, we need to add 180 plus 32, and 180 plus 32 is 212. So this tells us that 100 degrees Celsius is equivalent to 212 degrees Fahrenheit. If we pause for a moment, hopefully you recognize 32 degrees Fahrenheit as a temperature where water freezes. So what the first calculation told us is in the Celsius scale, water would freeze at 0 degrees Celsius. What you may or may not know is that 212 degrees Fahrenheit is the temperature at which water boils. So this calculation shows that water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. In part C of this example, we want to use the first equation to convert today's temperature, which would be in degrees Fahrenheit because we're in Portland, Oregon, and we're going to convert it to a temperature in degrees Celsius. When I look at a temperature report, it's telling me that the temperature outside right now is 68 degrees Fahrenheit. So we're going to be substituting 68 in for the F in the formula. So that will give us the equation C equals 5/9 times the quantity 68 minus 32. Again, following order of operations, I need to perform what's in the parentheses first. So the first thing I need to do is 68 minus 32. 68 minus 32 is 36. So this gives us C equals 5/9 times 36. And now to perform this final calculation, multiplying 5/9 times 36, we again need to think about 36 as 36 over 1. We do this so that we're able to multiply the fractions. We need to have a numerator and denominator to multiply together. So when I multiply the numerators together, I have 5 times 36, which is 180, And in the denominator, I have 9 times 1, which is 9. So this gives us the statement C equals 180 over 9. 9 happens to divide evenly into 180, so 180 divided by 9 is 20, telling us that this temperature in degrees Celsius is 20 degrees. So as a summary, I could state the temperature in Portland, Oregon right now is 20 degrees Celsius.